Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you guys the controllers and kind of what the different switches, pins, plugs do. If you have a Thumpstar or XRT, you're going to have one of these two controllers. Thumpstar is most likely going to be this, and the XRT and going forward, Orion bikes are going to have this bottom style controller. Pretty much they're exactly the same, they're just a little bit different labeling. But let me show you the connectors real quick. This one right here is the zero start switch. So if you want the motor to not engage when they turn the throttle except for when they push it forward, meaning kickstart mode, then you go ahead and plug this in together. So once this is plugged in, the bike will not go unless the little one pushes the bike and turns the throttle at the same time. Throttle will not engage from a dead stop. If you don't want that, simply unplug it. There you go. Zero start is off, or kickstart mode. This right here is the connector for the battery. This is the plug for the motor right here. It only goes in one way because there is an arrow that shows you where to plug it in. Right here. So just go ahead and line up the arrows. Next, you're going to have the switch for the three-way switch right here for the speed modes. That goes with this switch right here. You plug it in. Then it goes to the bottom plate right here underneath. So if you want to adjust the speed mode, you go ahead and use this switch. If you aren't sure if your bike is in full speed or not, what I always recommend, prop the bike up so the back wheel can free spin, give it throttle, and then turn this switch while you're holding throttle, and you'll hear the RPMs and the motor sound fluctuate. So then you'll know if you're really in full speed or not. So that's this plug right here. This one is for the throttle. This is the on-off switch. This is for the throttle itself, for the throttle input. This one right here is the speed limit switch. So if you want to turn the bike down 50%, this plug right here does a 50% speed reduction. So if you have the Pro model or the Orion 16 that goes 20 miles an hour out of the box, plug this in and then it will make it go 10 miles an hour. Go ahead and unplug it and then you're going to have 20 miles an hour, but you could still do fine tuning with this speed switch here. So if you're in full speed, then you can go ahead and turn it down a little bit. So that's kind of how you could do 6 different power speeds depending on what your little one likes and what their needs are. And then this plug right here is actually for the brake cutoff switch. So if they pull the brake, this will actually disengage the motor. Even if they're giving it throttle, it will cut it out. So this is a safety feature. If you don't want it, you can unplug it down here by the controller, or you can actually pull the wire and the grommet out on the top of the tube. Pull the wire and there's a connector right there that you can undo it also. So there's 2 different spots where you can disconnect it. So that's the pinouts for this controller. The XRT Orion one is pretty much going to be the same. Again, this is for the power on the throttle. This is for the throttle connections. And then this again right here is for the speed limit switch. So it'll say speed limit again. This is the 50% power reduction. Go ahead, plug it in. Your bike goes from 20 now to 10 miles an hour, or 13 down to 6.5 or so. So then unplug it, and you can still, again, do the fine tuning with the speed switch. That was the speed limit. So next we'll go to this one. This is for the 3-way switch right here. You can see there are the 2 white plugs right there. Next, we'll go to 24, 36 volt. So this one right here, if you have a 36 volt bike, then you want to go ahead and plug this in. This is for the 36 volt option. If you have a 24 volt battery, then simply unplug it. That would be for the XRT 12, the XRT 16 Sport, if you have that. But if you do upgrade to a 36 volt battery, go ahead and plug this in just like so. And now you have the 36 volt full power out. Next, we've got the zero start switch. You can see they changed the plugs to red. So this way it's easily identifiable. So again, this is zero start or kickstart mode. So with these together, now the bike will not engage unless the bike is pushed forward and throttle is applied. Remember, if they apply throttle only without pushing the bike, the motor will not engage. So there's no issues. That's just a safety feature for little riders. Go ahead, unplug it, and now the bike will work with throttle just like normal. This here is the brake cutoff switch that goes up to the brake perch. Again, you can unclip it You don't have to use it. This is, again, another safety feature built into the bike. This right here is for the motor. Go ahead and plug it in. You can see the arrow right there only goes in one way. And then right here is the power for the battery that goes right inside the down tube. And that's pretty much it, guys. Anything else? You got any questions? Let us know. And that's it.